Introduction. This video is not talking about the Forsaken game in general and references the people that play it. This does not include everyone that plays Forsaken. I am talking about the people that do weird stuff with the characters, OSTs, and etc., like ships, remixing, soul, and toxic communities within the game. But with that out the way, let me just say this fandom is absolute buns. This is forming into a Dandy's World Maha fandom, because the things this fandom has is, crazy. Reason 1, fan art. Seems like a minor section, right? Wrong. If you search up Forsaken fan art on the surface, you might see some fan art, like maybe some Cool Kid fan art, or maybe a 1x1x1x1 versus Shedletsky. But if you keep scrolling down, you will see some really freaky things. Like I scrolled down while researching this video, and I found a pregnant Chance fan art. And right next to that, I found Mafioso caressing Hardly on Chance, saying he spent all the money that got loaned to Chance on gambling, and he had to pay it back somehow, while putting his hard nears Chance. How do I say it? No spot. Not so honorable mention, but this isn't fan art, but more of a video. But this still is absolutely disgusting. Its 2 accounts dedicates to Forsaken R34, I'm not specifying what that is. Like there was a video on TikTok where Shedletsky was begging for his life with 1x1x1x1, and some slides later we see Shedletsky breathing hard, with no shirt on and something white on him, like dog what? Another one was a comic with Elliot and 007N doing freaky things together with barely any censorship. And an even crazier thing is when I searched, these people were the first 2 results to come up. There is more with Cool Kid Blue Dude and Pretty Princess, and one where 007N was doing something weird to Cool Kid, which is his son, by the way. All these characters, Cool Kid, Pretty Princess, and Blue Dude, are all in canon age minors, so now this is just lowly. Reason 2. The people in the fandom, glazers, shippers, toxic people, etc. These people kind of turn into fan art, but depends on who it is, but it's usually the shippers behind a lot of this weird, freaky stuff. Like, if I see Burger Pizza or Double Fedora one more time, I'm going to reset character. In Roblox, that's a joke. Please, don't strike me down, YouTube. Like, it doesn't even make sense either. Like, I'm convinced this fandom is illiterate and just wants something to goon to. Like the Elliot X7N7 ships make no sense. So in the lore of Forsaken, Elliot hates 007N7 and Cool Kid, since in the lore they terrorized the pizza place when 007N7 still had Cool Kid, and Elliot had voice lines to 007N7 when giving him a pizza like, "Just get going," literally showing he still has a little grudge against him. But then these shippers see this and say, "Oh boy, another opportunity to make Gooner fan art ships that don't make sense just for the sense that I can goon." And then these are the people with 28 days on the game, like dog get a JOB and consider taking a shower. This kind of ties in with the glazers. These are the people that think the game is perfect no matter what. Like I say, Jason hitboxes suck, and these people say,
actually, you should check your internet/ping, or it might be your device, because Forsaken has very valid hitboxes that totally play well with the
I'll rip you in 2!
Anyway, with that nerd gone, these people will defend anything within this game. Developers. Soul didn't do anything wrong, that was years ago. Dog, isn't he a P3-do stalker and a sexual harasser? Like, how can you defend this? I'll go more into the development team later, cause that's a whole different story. But in a summary for glazers, they will never say anything to offend their daddy's soul. And they have more time on the game than the years Earth had existed. Then there is people who are just toxic/teamers, since they are kinda in the same group. Let me explain to you a game I had with teamers. So this Milestone 3 Cool Kid was killer, and he killed my friend while ignoring everyone, which kinda concerned me, but whatever. But then it got crazy because then he started chasing me, ignoring everyone, and of course, me being the GOAT, I tricked him with a clone and got away. So I was going to find the Elliot so he could heal me. Once I found him, I asked for a pizza, and he laughs in my face. And then Cool Kid, quote-unquote, mysteriously finds me without minions also, and this was a cycle. As this Elliot would always lead the killer to me, he spent the whole round targeting me. Saddest part, they didn't even kill me. But that about all for these people. They just farm EXP with friends and be toxic thinking they were all that, but then surprised I curb stomped then with my Milestone 3 Jason. I did do that to them. Reason 3, developers and updates. You might be saying, but Avery, this doesn't tie in the community of Forsaken and the devs are working hard as they can. First of all, it does tie in the community, as the fandom soon begins to rot in real life, and the people in the fandom don't have no Lee, so they please themselves by making the so-called content that was mentioned in Reason 1 and trash remix OST. That doesn't sound good, but people glaze anyway. There's 2 things I have to say about the development team. Honestly, I know they are trying their best, since ownership transferring and all that legal stuff with Soul. But why is all they are doing with these updates are skins? Like, I know y'all are in a hard time, but y'all had a whole update about skins. But who asked for the Isle skins? I mean, they look all right, but where is no Lee, bro? At this point, this just be called skin-saken. But they are doing patches, like the stamina glitch, and adding some buffs. Side note, why did you all slaughter John Doe? He was already second worst before with Cool Kid being worst. But now he's by far the worst. And you made it so Cool Kid can hit people between walls now. What are we doing? That's a shame too. Because John Doe has the best roster of chase themes in the game, I could see an argument for Cool Kid, but I'm not going to get into that. And reason 2, Soul. So, let me get you a summary of this guy. He keeps bad devs in the game, using Forsaken money supporting a racially motivated unaliver, blackmailing and manipulating people. The list goes on, but Soul is very terrible. And I'm glad he is gone, though. That sums it up for this reason now to the last one. Reason 4, the slop content. I'm convinced these people either don't care about Forsaken at all or have basically no ideas of what to do, so they make some sloppy theories or so fake videos with the most amount of clickbait or some goofy video, edit of the characters which don't even look good, and an honorable mention to all the USTs, which aren't even necessary. Like they make USTs for anything, like I will search up Forsaken USTs, and I will see a UST about Gubby. Dog, what next? We're going to have a UST of me. Like these kids make the most unnecessary USTs, like who asked for these? I am not saying all USTs are bad, I'm just saying they are too many. I also think Forsaken content in general is hit or miss. It is either a good video with guides or reviewing stuff, explaining or slop explaining how to get Azure early by doing 18 steps and subscribing to him, which if you couldn't tell, is fake. And is just clickbait. Or just some video where someone didn't care, like every Forsaken Survivor skin lore explained in 105 minutes. Like, never let bro cook in the studio again. He either has no idea what Forsaken is and just wants to grab money with the popularity it's getting, he has legit no ideas, or his content is drier than the Sahara Desert, but that's pretty much all for this section. Conclusion. Forsaken isn't that bad of a game if you're just a normal, casual player. But the people way too passionate do weird stuff with this game and just want to make money off it with low-effort slop content or making weird gooner videos, and this rubs off on other players making more of these weird fans and someone you don't want to encounter in-game since they usually have at least 15 days on the game. That's all for the fandom. If you want to hear about the game, check out my friend Mr. Indigo's video about Forsaken, link in description. He goes in depth about the game itself, and he's low-key cool, so check him out.